We're going live. Live without a net. That means there's no net. That's what that means. Positive. It's gonna be a positive day. My back is positively killing me. So there's that. There is that. New video just went up. Already got a comment or two. Keith left a message. Haas left a message. Jolly good morning to you, Haas. Just saw your comment. Commenting back. Thank you for leaving a comment. My comment is exactly. You don't have to jump off to go look at it. That's all I said back. But you get it. You understand. You know what's happening. You understand what's going on here. First in today too. Nice. It's like you were waiting. My growth has slowed down immensely ever since I went monetized. I had -4 subscribers yesterday. I was getting like 3,000 a day, and then -4 yesterday. So should we start talking about Bigfoot right now and get that out of the way? Yes. Ask your Bigfoot questions. Give me your Bigfoot comments. Someone will jump in. Keith should be here soon. Ooh, that was my stomach. I'm going to set up the next few chapters. I don't know what they're going to be. I just like to have them ready. Chapter 28, chapter 29. Makes me feel like all right, I gotta get to these chapters, Love the video. I just can't stand outlining a story. Oh, it's just boring. It's like okay, so I wrote the story. Now what? Now I don't want to write more of that story. Just seems lame, Part 3. Oh, nope, wrong. It's got to be a heading 1. Oh, Part 3. Summer. chapter 31. So I've got this stuff up to 31, but I just got to see what chapter I'm working on. I'm on 41,000 words on this book. All right. So I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Going through some emails real quick. Good afternoon, fellow Pantsers. What's up, Lorraine? Fellow Pantsers. It's still morning here for the next 9 minutes or so. My back is killing me. I'm drinking baked apple coffee. Baked apple. Not that unbaked stuff. It's morning for the next 3 hours. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I guess it is still for you. I didn't think I was like, why am I just sitting? Some days I'm like, why am I just sitting here? I'm going to sit here for 20 minutes and do other things. I could do the other things while I'm on talking to you guys, writing stories, making money, living the dream, praying for rain. I'd like to have more morning here to write, but I did get in 500 words. Very good. 500 more than I've gotten today. Baked apple pie is just not coffee. It tastes like apple. It tastes like you're drinking a liquid apple pie. It's very good. Highly recommended. I'm in the second draft stage of my last story and kicking the tires on a new idea for a new story, so I'm not writing anything at the moment. But in your head, you were in the writing process, so you're still there. I just finished my chapter and thought to check and see if Armor was live yet. I am live. In the flesh, baby. That was my Thunder Lips from Rocky 3. All right, so that sounds pretty good, Haas. It's necessary work. It's not all writing. A lot of it just editing and finding the next story. Armand had an idea for a short while where I dare myself to eat a tuna and mayo sandwich on a cinnamon raisin bagel and then do it. That is a crazy story. I only use very, very little mayo, basically to clump the tuna. Because I found in years past when you don't use any mayo at all, the tuna just falls out off the sides. And then you're left eating a pile of tuna and a cinnamon raisin bagel. Yeah, Keith, very late. Keith, super late. Tie it into writing somehow, and bam, viral, exactly. Not some cinnamon raisins are delicious. Greatest bagel ever. It would be my ode to Armand food short. Lorraine says, yes, I win, I beat you here. I ordered, I'm getting a delivery of food this afternoon. Blueberry muffins was the first thing on my list. But I'm sure I'll eat them this weekend, so I'm sure by Monday when I'm back on, there won't be any left. Don't make me drop a depression bomb on you, Lorraine, with my word count this morning. Let's hear it, Keith. Let's hear the positive Friday. Let's hear the word count. 2,200 words. Excellent. Very good. A seed I planted in book 3 paid off in book 5 in spades. All right, I did 500 though. Still very good. Haas is doing some editing and thinking up his next story. I got this book signing tomorrow. I don't want to do just because I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to have to get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Although that's just an excuse. I don't want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning on any day. But you know what? What's the good part is my back is hurting so much that I'm sure I'll be up early anyway. And then I go sit in a library for 6 hours in those awful chairs. This is not going to be good. Lorraine says, that makes me happy for you and sad for me. 500 is nothing to sneeze at, Lorraine, but that's what you wanted. I had to schedule an appointment for my car. A stupid sensor is tripping. I hate when sensors start taking acid and illicit drugs and they start tripping. That's 500 more you had before you started. Exactly. There's Millie. I'm doing a book signing tomorrow too. I have to leave the house at 7:30. Right? Isn't that ridiculous? Why don't they schedule these things in the afternoon? We're writers. We're not people who get up early. It's like an hour and a half away. It starts at 10, but I got to be there by 9:30. So really, I have to leave at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I got to get up at like, I don't know, 7:45 or something. Ever see a chiropractor, Armin? I'm married to one. It helps a lot. Yeah, years ago, I did go to a chiropractor, and it did definitely help. At least you get half a pub sub. That's right, half a pub sub. My mother and my daughter will both also be there, and I said, "Hey, you guys can split the other half of the pub sub, but I'm not splitting it. I'm eating a full half a pub sub because I'm the celebrity, not you two." We got a couple of ladies in the house this morning. And I'll count Tom Duffy. 3 ladies in the house. Pub sub. I do love me a pub sub. You got to get in there early though, because everybody always takes, and they also order the boar's head meats one, which is good. But then last year I got in there late. My wife went first. And I was like, I'm not really that hungry. And then about half an hour, 45 minutes later, I'm like, let me go eat. I'm getting hungry. and all they had were the veggie ones, and not like really good veggies. So I'm like, I don't want to eat a veggie sub. I wanted some freaking meat on this. Or I said, see, I had to beat you here, Keith, so I can be the official greeter again. Everybody's saying hi back and forth. And also, Chris Adler's supposed to make an appearance tomorrow. Chris Adler, not the drummer that was in Lamb of God, the guy who makes those coffee mugs. Actually, all these coffee mugs up here. All these here, all the MondoCon ones. He's making the new MondoCon one for me this year. As a host, I get $1 per entry here. So if I want a veggie sub, I just eat a salad with croutons. Yeah. Do I get a discount? In all fairness, Haas was in first. Or he commented first. It's like eating a salad on bread without croutons. They do have bags of chips. I will be grabbing a bag of chips or two. And I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll sell a handful of books. People will come out. Women will be throwing themselves at me like they always do anytime I leave the house. But, sleeping an extra hour or two would also be nice. Those mugs are super, super cool, Armand. Thank you. So the guy, Chris Adler, used to run Reaper's Brew Coffee. And back in the day, when I did Armcast podcast and Mondo Method podcast, and I ran Project Entertainment Network, which had like 30 podcasts on it at one point. He was one of our sponsors, Reaper's Brew Coffee. And I basically made a deal with him of give me coffee. Just give me K-cups and bags of coffee every month. And he gave Chuck, also, who was my partner on Mondo Method podcast, he would ship us coffee and a different coffee mug. So he all of these here there's 13 serial killers. He did a series of them, and I actually talked to him on the phone today. He said, I'm the only person that has the 13th, that's the 13th coffee mug. He sold them, a handful of them, but nobody ever bought the entire collection. But I have the entire collection up there. And then this will be the 6th year of MondoCon. For the 6th year, he's making the mugs with the logo on it. All right, so that's right, Haas. You take over. No, you already started. Yeah, I'm more comfortable with Lorraine doing it. Haas sometimes acts like a bouncer. I don't want him to start pushing people. Right, so overstep your responsibility, the one I've imposed on myself, and now you. Yeah, I mean, it's your thing. You were the greeter, so you stay the greeter. Tom says that Reaper's Brew electric chair was like flirting with a heart attack. Well, they did call it Reaper's Brew. Yeah, that was some good coffee. At one point, I had like bags and bags and bags of it. And he even did, where is it? As a giveaway, and I still have one left, Green River Blend from my trilogy that I don't want Lorraine to read. He did these bags, these giveaway bags, Green River Blend coffee. Although those are pretty cool. So I still have one of those left. And he did a lot of those. I gave away a ton of those at book signings over the years. He says, just had a commercial be like a picture-in-picture effect and didn't take over the screen on your. Oh, that's nice. Haas says, yeah, I'll start collecting entry fees and it'll just get real uncomfortable for everybody. Better Lorraine do. Exactly. Tom says, I think I still have a couple of those Green River blends. I'm not drinking it. I've read the books. I'm surprised Jess hasn't taken them from you. Jess was always very excited when I gave her a bag of those. I think she would put them in her French press, be all fancy about it. I missed it. I liked Reaper's Brew coffee was really good. I talked to him this morning, but he's like he doesn't have any of his equipment anymore. He doesn't have any of that stuff, and he's glad he got out because the tariffs and all the prices on importing coffee and all that stuff would have been ridiculous now. But he still has the equipment to do the mugs. He's like, listen, I still got like 4 dozen mugs left. So how many do you need? I'm like, I think I need 8. He's like, all right, I'll make 8 mugs for you, and then I trade him in books, and so that's cool. I'll probably bring our first couple of trilogies with me tomorrow, Tom, to try to sell whatever copies I have left of them. I'm going to do all my crime thriller stuff on the table, and then I'm going to do a crate of $5. I need to get rid of these books. And if anybody buys 3 for $25, I'm going to say take an anthology, take something from this crate. I don't want this crap anymore. Try to clean out that closet. My ultimate goal is to get an agent and then get a book released by a bigger publisher. And then they actually do hardcover to begin. And then I'll have a stack of hardcover books for giveaways and whatnot. And then I can just stack them in my office and then eventually clean out that closet. But tonight, my wife, when she gets home from work, she's going to help me to sort all those books in the closet again and see what I can crate up and bring since my back is hurting. And that's going to be fun. I have the cart, but taking them out of the truck and putting them in the cart is going to be a pain unless I get my daughter to get there early. Being positive, though, I'm going to sell a lot of books. I'm going to eat a delicious meat-filled pub sub. Get to see my mom, get to see my daughter, go over to the tattoo shop, the tattoo parlor, see my son at work. I got a stack of books I can't give away. There was a time when I could go, hey, everybody, I'm going to free shipping and $10 a book, blah, blah, blah. And I could sell like 50 books like it was nothing. And now if I said, hey, $5 free shipping, I can't sell the damn things. Like anybody who's ever wanted to buy them has bought them. Keep checking my emails because I'm waiting for this guy to send me the box set covers. Because I'll actually have a release the same day that Lorraine does, but it's just a box set, Dirty Deeds 1 to 4 box set. I've just been alerted, ladies and gentlemen. I have 518 Pizza Hut rewards points. I don't know what you can do with that. It doesn't tell you exactly what that means. That could be like my wife's like, oh, I have 587 billion, uh, airline flight point things. I'm like, oh, what can you do with that? She's like, I can go to Atlanta for free. Maybe. All right, what kind of mushroom coffee do you drink? I just started them. I want to expand my selection of one. I'd go to Pizza Hut if they brought back the booths and salad bar. Yeah. There was a great Pizza Hut in St. Augustine. I used to work doing merchandising at the Home Depot on the next corner. And me and the other guy, Kevin, would go, Steven, not Kevin. Steven, we would go there for lunch. And it was the buffet one. And he would flirt with the girl that always worked there. And she'd be like, what kind of pizza do you want me to make? And then she would make two of them at a time and then put one in the thing. And then all the animals would run up there. And then she would bring him like 3 or 4 slices on her own. Haas says, great, you can get a free bread, right? That's what a stick, not sticks. Don't they have booths anymore? Why do restaurants keep getting rid of booths? If I wanted a table, I'd stay at home. I'm fat, so there's a great Japanese buffet here, but their booths, they tighten them up so much. I'm like, I can't sit at these. I am drinking Harmonic Grounds. Functional mushrooms, medium. Organic coffee, organic mushrooms. Harmonic Grounds. This is the one I'm doing now. Got a whole box of them. Well, mate, I hate to cook. I'm enjoying cooking. I made some giant ghetto burgers yesterday. So I still got 2 left. I'm like, I'm not going to eat those. Last night, my wife, she's supposed to go to her mom's. She got a reprieve. And she actually came home, got some stuff done. Harmonic Grounds, yep. This is probably I think this is my 3rd or 4th different one. This is probably my favorite one. It just doesn't have the punch, if you know what I mean, like the others do. And I feel so harmonically grounded. I have to cook. I live 20 miles from anywhere. I guess you probably have to, yeah. You have to go out in the yard and catch some scorpions to grill, armadillos, some coyotes. I have no idea where you live. I just know it's on the West Coast somewhere. I don't know what I was talking about. Okay. Oh, last night. So then she washed it. She gave the new dog, the temporary new dog, she gave him a bath because he was smelling. He kept sitting on my side of the couch. And then she's like, what do you want to do for dinner? And when she says, what do you want to do for that? Means I don't want to cook. And I took nothing out. And I was like, you know what? Chinese food. Order some Chinese food. So we ordered Chinese food. We ordered, she ate some lo mein. But man, lo mein, they pack that into that box like it's like you open up, it's almost like the clown is going to pop out of that thing. I had the rest of the lo mein for lunch today. Delicious. Arizona. Lorraine says, I love Arizona. Honeymoon there. You probably were right near Haas. Sedona and then the Grand Canyon. I don't know why I couldn't read that for a second. Love it out here. I've lived everywhere. My wife has been to Arizona a couple times, and I think in 2 straight days she got a speeding ticket. She got a speeding ticket the first day, and then the second day she got something about resources ticket, a limited resources something ticket. I forget what they called it. And she was like, I will never come here again. Been to Lake Havasu a dozen or so times, lots of fun. Also love the no humidity thing. Yeah, no humidity is nice. I have been to Arizona briefly. I think a band in the 90s that I was managing, we did I think we were in Phoenix. That was I think it was like one time I was out there. Can't stand the South, the humidity. Luckily, I'm in Florida. They don't recognize this as the South. Yeah, Arizona's hard on the, yeah. They were very mean to my wife. Hey, those were almost fighting words, Haas, until you added the line about humidity. I grew up in New Jersey, and I don't miss that at all. All I miss is the food. But look at me. I'm not really missing food. You know, I mean, I'm not like, hey, I'm 100 pounds and God, the food here is awful. It's just, I miss certain things. I refuse to go to Phoenix. It's a hellhole. I don't like Georgia very much, but I loved living in North Carolina. I think I don't know if she's still on. I know she was on earlier, but I think what's her name is from like Wyoming or lives in like Wyoming or something like that. Something crazy like that. Millie, you still on? Wyoming. Yep. See, Wyoming. So she's also out in the middle of nowhere, I would imagine. Oh, you were in the mountains in North Carolina. That's nice. I went to Franklin, something, Frank, something. Where the hell is Frank? Frankfurt, Franklin, something, North Carolina, on my 50th birthday. Me and my wife and Chuck Buda and his wife. It was Chuck's Buda 2 days later, 50th birthday. So we went up into the mountains there in late November. Got a little snow. Millie says, I'm here trying to get my words in and listen. Oh, so you're just going to work while I got to sit here and talk and not work? You're good. Keep going. Wyoming is beautiful in pictures, but I've never been there. Millie says, I live at the edge of the Beartooth Mountains. It is amazing. I mean, just the name of that is amazing. Haas says, Wyoming is wonderful. Sounds like a great place for writing, Millie. Millie's one of my my NINC conference buddies, and then we were also at BoucherCon this year together as well. Apparently for BoucherCon in 2027, as am I. I will definitely be. In fact, I already got me and Shelly. I already got our. I already got my tickets, my early bird tickets. I'm planning on going the next several years if I can. Jordan Harper's mustache will probably also be there. Yeah, I see him making the rounds doing now that his book's officially out. I see him making the rounds doing interviews, and that mustache is just killer. I need to get mine. I also want to go to Ireland. Too many conferences, not enough time or money. Yeah. I've never been to Ireland. I believe my wife has been when she was a kid with her parents. Rand says, I dream of Ireland. Not really, but I wish I did. I've always wanted to go there. One of the places me and my wife, we were talking about our 5-year anniversary was going to be an Alaskan cruise, but then that was COVID, so we did not do that. In fact, we went to get our passports, and the lady was a jerk for some reason. I don't remember why. So we never got our passports, and then COVID hit a couple months later, so we couldn't travel anyway. Because we were going to book like into like Vancouver, fly to Vancouver kind of thing or whatever. And our 10-year was supposed to be Italy. And then with her mom, being sick and all that, we couldn't justify leaving the country. He says, you know where I want to go? Nowhere. I'm a hermit. Keith, I literally got to 50% of your book last night, and then I fell asleep. Haas also doesn't want to leave. All right, says, really, Keith? So you're happy with staying put? Keith says, did I put you? I was like, I have insomnia. Let me read the next 5 words of Keith's book. Boom, out. I was just very tired. I was like at 41%. I was like, you know what? I could read another 15 pages, whatever it is. 9 pages, 18 pages, 7 pages, 14, 6, 5 pages. I read like the next 2 chapters, and then I was like, I'll read more tomorrow. Ryan says, well, at this point in my life, the next town is a treat. So hurtful. Yesterday, Lisa and I are 2 hermits who met each other. They met each other at a hermit convention. My sister went to Egypt recently, Italy a few months ago. I'm like, nah, just send me pictures. Yeah. Listen, here's my thing. I'm Italian, half Italian. And my thing is like, yeah, I'll go to Italy. That might be fun. But my wife's like, I want to go. I'm like, all right, we'll do it for you, baby. We'll do it for you. If I wasn't with her, I wouldn't like, yeah, I'm not. Now, I do want to do the Alaskan cruise thing, though. Everybody says that's fun. I've never done that. I've done cruises, but not the Alaskan one. So I wonder you met each other if you're both hermits. Yeah. Well, tell the funny story, Keith, how you met your wife. His wife was in prison, triple murder, and he became her pen pal. And they got married after a conjugal visit. That's a cute little love story. Tom says Egypt is great because you can just sit at the McDonald's and have a great view of the pyramids without dealing with all the sand. There you go. Tom, always got to be positive. We worked together. The one place we were forced to go. Yeah. That was literally the only chance Keith was going to find somebody. Is that they had to be in close proximity to the desk he was sitting at. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to marry me? And she'd be like, yes, let's just do this. All right. My husband and I both love to travel, but haven't been able to do so in about 25 years. I traveled a lot in the 90s, but it was all band stuff. It was all in the back of a van, cramped, and then drive until like let's drive 100 miles every day to some crappy club in the middle of Wisconsin, you know. So I watch those YouTube walking tour videos. I do too. I watch the ones that are on like Rio on the beach. So I get to see women in thong bikinis, and I get to hear the sand and then the sand. I get to hear the wind and the waves and the guys yelling out in foreign languages about selling towels and stuff. And honestly, I just put that on the other monitor as I'm doing stuff, and I'm not even watching it. I'm just listening to it. I love that. My late therapist would always encourage me to go to the beach, go to the river, just go near water and relax. That's really good for me. Someday when I have tons and tons of money, thanks to all this YouTube ad money, I'm going to buy us a nice second house on the beach. Haas says, my stepdad was an engineer, so he moved about once a year. When I left home, I was done with traveling. Ray says, Japan, Ireland, Scotland. Tom says, did that guy who did all those Rio beach videos ever show up again, or is he still disappeared? No, he was back again briefly with a brand new name, and then YouTube drops him because the problem is they film. So like these guys, they'll put like a phone dangling from their on a thing dangling from their neck or pinned to their shirt, and they just turn it off live, and they turn it on live, and they just walk for like 2 or 3 hours on the beach every day for like 2 weeks. So it's live. You're watching YouTube live and doing it, but then they also take them and then they loop them all together into like a 20-hour video, and then they just keep replaying it, and it says live, but it's not live. They have tons of people watching though. And those are some good videos, especially when you get into the ones South America with there's hot women, but there's also you get to see like the mountains in the distance and the boats in the bay, the sheer rock cliffs, the city behind them. It's pretty cool. I like watching those, but they come and go so fast. I follow them and then they disappear. First, I thought you said Red Beach. I'm like, the guitar player from Winger? He says, we like to cruise, and the one time we went to Vegas, Lisa opened the curtain at the Stratosphere Hotel to see the view. She turned away, and I saw a jumper. Wow. Somebody who lost a couple dollars. The rain says, a jumper, another reason I can't go on a giant boat in the middle of the sea. Because you would jump? The jumper was in Vegas. Not I wanted to tell his wife he lost everything, yeah. Toss says, "Good Lord, Keith." I don't know if he said it like that. I'm just reading it like that. Yeah, that is pretty. That is pretty wild. We get a jumper here every now and then off of the highest bridge, and then traffic is shut down for hours going both ways off the bridge. And I'm like, you can't do this in the middle of the night, like literally 5 o'clock in the and you're gonna jump off the bridge. It's like you just got fired at 5 o'clock from your job after putting in a whole day, and now you're gonna jump off the bridge. Keith wins today's chat. There's Michael Schotter. On a positive Friday. So my brain ran the two together, Keith. That happens. Keith forgives you. I just feel like I'm going to have to fill my pockets with like back and pain relief pills or something tomorrow. Michael Schotter, when you get to an ad, this is important on YouTube. You're going to see ads during this. Let it play at least 33 seconds. Then you can hit the skip button. That way I get paid. There's Chad. Can you even legally be late for the party if you live in Jersey? I don't think you can. Legally, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. See, the Tigers acquired Zach Short, the infielder from the Nationals today. Since they lost Javier Baez to an ankle sprain. So now you got another infielder, hopefully. Hopefully that will do well. Keep the wins piling up. Haas is weird. I haven't had an ad yet. Well, let me just hit the give Haas 37 ads in a row button. That's not a real button. It's not a party until Snooki shows up. Drunk Snooki. Baez was a big loss. Temporary loss. Scooble as well, yeah. Got to make that paper. How's the Blueberry Festival? It was good. I had blueberry sweet tea. No blueberry muffins, although this afternoon I will get a delivery from Walmart, and my wife ordered me blueberry muffins. Snooki's not even from New Jersey. None of those people were. They were all a bunch of idiot New Yorker fakes. I remember my parents and my daughter were in New Jersey years ago. And they were filming Jersey Shore at Seaside Heights on top of a building, and they had it all blocked off and all this crap. And my dad loved that show. My dad loved watching Jersey Shore. Loved it. He also loved Jerry Springer too. He loved watching Jerry Springer. And Cheaters? Loved that show as well. And then they were all filming, and then what was that guy? The Situation? I don't know. I never watched the show. Was just walking around signing autographs and stuff. And then he gave my dad a high five or something like that. My dad was more excited than my daughter, who was like, I don't know, 13 at the time. And he says, okay, swap the sports talk for a bit, fellas, while I start a pizza. Be right back. Nice. Bring your pizza back with you. Eat it with us. So give me a summary of what I missed. Like a Charter says, nice. Keith says, you missed Armand telling the world I put him asleep with my book. Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much all. Literally, that's all you've really missed. Haas lives in Arizona. No humidity. Keith is a hermit, and he met his wife, who is also a hermit, only because they worked together, or they would have never run into each other. And Keith saw a jumper. Now you're all caught up, Chad. Yeah, some dude in Vegas jumped off the pyramid. I don't know if he really jumped off the pyramid. We're going to say it was the pyramid. And Tom, when Tom goes to Egypt, he eats at the McDonald's. Caught up. That was 50 minutes worth of the stratosphere. It sounds better if he says it off of the pyramid. He stood at the top of the pyramid, and instead of sliding down, he just jumped. I saw the tall end of the jumper story and ignored it because it makes me sad. Yeah, that's not a. You saw Keith, or just a random one? Some lady in Jacksonville, 64-year-old woman, was mad because the ducks were ripping up her yard and pooping on her yard. So she got in her car the other day and she ran over 11 ducklings. What a piece of garbage. In front of people. And people filmed it on their phone and were screaming at her to stop. And she literally ran them over, stopped, turned around, and ran them over again. She got arrested. I'm like, you are an awful, awful person. Where they have all those riots, he disengaged the seatbelt. So much for Positive Friday. Yeah, Haas. Sorry to be Keith started. Sorry to be a downer on a Positive Friday. I talked about I got a book signing tomorrow, Chad. I did talk to Chris Adler this morning, not the former drummer of Lamb of God, but the guy who does all of my coffee cups. He's doing the MondoCon one. I just got to order him a bunch of books to give to him. The trade is he does coffee cups for me, which are crazy expensive if you want to get them done. The former drummer of Guns N' Roses. No. Yes. Not cool, Grandma. Not cool. Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, well, the ducks pissed me off because they ripped up my yard. So you literally got in your car and you ran them over several times. People are insane. And of course, then in the comments, people are like, oh, I wonder who she voted for. And I'm like, really? Does politics have to be everything? Maybe she's just a psycho who doesn't like ducks. Who could kill ducklings? Apparently that lady, 11 ducklings she killed. 11. It's amazing how people think there are no legal consequences for harming animals. Yeah. Now listen, you want to wipe out some of these Canada geese out here? I got no problem. Turn the other way. You want to capture them and put them on a truck and send them back up north? No problems at all. But I'm not going to kill any of them. I'm not going to run any of them over. My neighbor yells at the geese when they go through her yard. She hates it. I love it. The lady at the top of our block, going around this way, she feeds them every day. And then people complain because then they rip up your yard, they poop everywhere, and that is like so vile and toxic, their poop. Well, they haven't really been on my lawn in a while, but when they were, one of them would always come right up to the front door and poop right on my welcome mat. Like, that's not what that's for. Haas says, I can't stand it when politics get brought up. I won't participate. Well, in my short story, mystery, whatever it's called, group, short mystery group, somebody had brought up 86. And then they were talking about the origins of the term 86 something. And then they got into all these politics about Biden and Trump and on and on. And they're all arguing with each other. And then somebody was finally like, hey, can we not? No politics. That's the rule. So one of the admins was like, I'm literally gonna ban the next person who brings this up. Where is it? Right? Where is it? He says here in Florida, the gators and the sandhill cranes are protected. Just as they do poop a lot. Freaking Canadians is right. Sandhill cranes are awesome. We've got those here too. They sound like pterodactyls, or as my middle kid would always say, pterodactyls. Haas says, my granddad had geese and ducks. They poop all day everywhere. Lorraine, back with her pizza, says, they do indeed, but I love birds enough to use at least one bird per book. 4 more days, Lorraine. She can't stand it. Haas also looking forward to getting your book. He says, we had a sandhill crane whose legs were bound in fishing wire. He couldn't get a running start to fly. We called SeaWorld and they came and rescued him. Thanks, Haas. Millie says, I was bitten by a goose by a child, or as a child. I'm scarred for life. I plan on formatting my second one this weekend for my ARC readers. Nice. When I was with my first wife, as a child, I think by a child, like a goose child, like just a tiny little goose bit you. What do you call it? My first ex-wife, she had a child when she was like 16. So now I'm with her and she's like 18. The kid's like 2. We go to this little park in Hazlitt, New Jersey, and they have a duck pond. It's the middle of winter, and this was back in the early 90s, so you could do whatever you want. And we brought like all this stale bread with us to feed the ducks, which I'm guessing they're like, no, you can't feed the ducks bread anymore. Man, we were feeding them, and man, those things got so nasty. And we had like 4 loaves of bread. We got rid of all the bread, and then we were standing on top of a bench, and I'm holding her son because these things are pecking at us. And thank God I'm wearing pants, but they were like ripping through my jeans. They were attacking us so much, and I'm like, run that way. And then she ran. The ducks were chasing her. I ran the other way. Ducks were chasing me. They were mean, vicious animals. Geese are vicious. Millie says, yeah, Lorraine, my granddad's attacked his horse all the time. Chad was also bitten by a goose as a child. For instance, I was thinking of reading it to give it one last pass, but the better of it, I know I'll always find something to tweak. Excuse me. He says, you ever throw a tray of French fries into the air at Epcot and watch the people flee in terror from seagulls? kids, you get goose powers. Yeah, you could basically poop anywhere. People lose their minds when there's seagulls around and you throw seagulls up and then they swarm and start ripping people's toupees off. You only get goose powers if it's a radioactive goose. I'm sorry, I forgot about that rule. Lise was so mad at me, but she couldn't stop laughing. When we were kids, me and my brother were kids, we would my parents would take us to Rutt's Hut in Clifton, New Jersey for the greatest hot dogs ever. And French fries and onion rings. And we would sit in the parking lot. My dad would put the hats back up on his Datsun. And we'd sit in the back and eat. And then there would be people, families around us that would also be eating. And my dad would always say, do not throw French fries, because the seagulls were always buzzing overhead. And there would always be some little idiot who was they'd throw one French fry thing and seagull. And they throw two more. And all of a sudden, 4,000 seagulls would come out of nowhere, a swarm, like in that movie. In that movie with all the birds, I forget the name of it, would swarm down and start attacking people. And my dad would start yelling at the other day, hey, you want to get that kid to stop that? And then curse a lot. Chet says, I'm going to be uploading a new edition of the first Neon with a different subtitle so I can do Amazon ads. So if anyone wants the uncensored version, better grab the rarity now. Haas says, what's Neon Owl about, Chad? Brian says, got a bit of childlike ADHD there, eh, Keith? The movie with all the birds was called Birds. Hard to remember. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, something was a lot of birds attacking people. I don't remember. It was a Hitchcock movie, but I don't remember the name of the movie. Ponty. It's a crime humor amateur sleuth thing where a guy inherits his aunt's rundown motel in L.A. Birdemic. That might have been the movie. That might have been the one I'm thinking of. Haas, it's a good book. It's a good book. Get it now. Keith recommends Neon Owl to everyone. Neon Owl was one of a handful of books that had me laughing out loud throughout. Just Tom sitting in the corner drooling and laughing for hours. And I'm like, what are you reading, Tom? And he's like, my Kindle died. But I just remembered how funny this book is. So I just can't stop laughing. I'm just waiting for the Kindle to charge. And where can I get it? Amazon? It's not a whodunit, but a who pooped. Exactly. I'm just playing. It's not like I haven't done something similar. I put out 2 more flash fiction pieces this past week. So I think I have 8 stories, 8 short stories currently floating right now. Is a who pooed it first, then a who done it. Neon Owl is funny. I have to ever get to it. It's in my stack. Yeah, he's got a sequel coming out. Everyone also forgets it's a murder mystery. Was it a murder mystery? I don't even remember that part. Good times. Let's see what we got here. Yes, it's funny, Lorraine. All the better, Chad. Keith says, Lisa couldn't finish her fries, and she wanted me to eat them because she felt bad wasting the money. What can I say? I was already full. Yeah, sure, Keith is right. Oh, those fries probably cost about $40. I'm just making up a random number. And that random number, 40. I know I'll get no writing tomorrow, but I will on Sunday. Even though we're not going to meet, Pete and Chad will not be writing. Amanda will be here in the morning at some point. So she and I will get some writing in. Then we're going to go grab some lunch somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. I usually leave it there. I'm like, you pick the place. I don't care. No skin off my frog back. Let me get a few words in between the chatting. Millie says, my husband is driving to my book signing 2 hours, so I might write while he drives. I'm under a deadline, nothing new. That's pretty good if you can write in the car. I can't concentrate enough. I can read while I'm in the car. My wife can't. She gets sick. I can read in the car. I can't write. Chad says, but the name of the first neon owl is called When the Shit Hits the Van, which I now see as a mistake because I can't do Amazon ads with the cuss word. So I have to create a new edition of the book. Yeah, so the new one should be When the Shit Hits the Vehicle. That way you don't use the word van and everybody is good. Deadlines keep us going, Millie. Yep. I can't write or read while moving in a vehicle, Millie. I'm glad you can, since you have a deadline. Yeah. You can't use the chat even with the asterisk. Yeah, but they still catch that. Reading while moving hurts my tum-tum. Oh, your poor tum-tum. My head gets woozy. Did I spell that right? I know what you meant. I believe you spelled it right. There might be an H in there somewhere. Who knows? I can read. As a kid, I always read in the car. I would always be reading a paperback, and then my brother would be next to me messing with me the whole time. I'm not touching you. 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 Just I can't read in a moving vehicle either, Lorraine. I get nauseous. Yeah, I can read. My wife can't. That's why she listens to audiobooks in the car on her longer trips. That's a classic Big Brother move. I'm the Big Brother. I'm the Big Brother. And then I punched the crap out of him when we got out of the car. And then I get in trouble. Lorraine, the original doesn't have the asterisk. I just put that in here because YouTube censors. But Amazon will still not allow an ad with the asterisk. Yeah. Lily says, I can't read a paperback or I get sick, but Kindle or working on my computer is fine. It's weird. That's good, though. That helps you. Haas says, I can't read in the car either, but that's probably because I'm driving. Yeah, that might not be good. Keith says, well, you did it wrong. Yeah, my brother's a year and a half younger than me. And as kids, man, we got into some knockdown, drag them out fights. I mean, we'd come in the house, shirts would be all bloody. I mean, my bottom teeth are messed up because he kicked me in the back of the head one time. I broke his arm one time. Good times. It says, yeah, I get it, Chad. I want to read one of my poems for a YouTube short, but it has a word it won't allow. That's why you go like, when you're reading, you're like, and then he sets the guy, hey, go, and then you just go, beep, yourself. Something like that. Unless the word it won't allow is trampoline. I don't know how you're going to get around that. I'm thinking of doing the next a pay whatever part of this, but maybe reading some short stories because I need to get better at it, not necessarily for any other reason than I just don't do it. You know, whenever I go to a convention, I remember Scares of Care and Brian King would always match me up with somebody. Hey, you're going to do readings. And I'm like, I don't want to stop putting me down I don't want to do readings. I don't like it. So I stopped doing it. And Bob Ford would do it. He would try to match me with Bob Ford one. I'm like, no way. I'm going to go first. Everybody's like, all right. And then Bob's going to make everybody in the room cry. I don't think so. I did read with Hunter Shea one year. And then the next year they put me with him again, but he didn't show up for the entire convention. That was the one I think I told you all already. It was me and Hunter Shea were supposed to do a reading. It's 45 minutes. I read for like 15 minutes. He reads for 15 minutes, and then we answer questions. And I show up, and of course, Hunter, I find out he had messaged me, said, hey, I'm not going to make it this weekend. They didn't put anybody else in there, so I have like the 45 minutes to myself. So I say, joking around, I say, hey, everybody, the room is packed. I say, hey, anybody, just so you know, Hunter Shea is not going to be here. So I'll give you a second if you just want to leave. I get it. Nothing personal. And a bunch of people left. And then a couple right in the front row both looked pissed. And they just got up and left. And I'm like, what? Like I was joking. Is anybody else want to take me up on this? But nobody did. Chaz says, the fact that we can have some of the TV shows and video games and we do, but have to use words like unalived and grape and PDF file is ridiculous. Our country's moral compass is warped. Yeah, it's just we're way too close, or way too over the other side now of what we can and cannot say. It's absolutely ridiculous. In the back of my head itches too. It's like you got to watch everything you say. You know, it's like everything I do it for you. You know, like that song. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, I already got 637 views on my new video today. Why I'm a pantser and you're a jerk. I mean, no. Why I'm a pantser and not a plotter. That's the title. 637 views on it. That's pretty good. Considering the last couple videos, the book review and the movie review got 34 and 35 respectively. I am definitely, though, going to watch the Beach Walk on Rio thing on YouTube when I'm done here. Keith says the song by Bryan Adams. I don't think Bryan Adams sang that. Whoa! Watch the Mother Truckers thing. You want me to look at that Wolf Mother for that Wolf Mother song again? Yes, A has flagged me for the word over and over from my book. Yeah. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's awesome, Armand. I'll be adding to that count. I appreciate that. Have you put out any more videos, Lorraine, the last few days since that heartfelt video you put out the other day? I haven't really been on YouTube. I've just been running my old videos, trying to get all the ads in. Everything I do it for you. That's Bryan Adams and the Kids Goes. No, difference. That's definitely not Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner did not sing that song. Wrong, Keith. You're wrong. I also enjoy pants. Maybe I'll watch that. Yeah, you like pants. I've seen you wear pants. I've seen you in a lot of videos wearing pants. I've also seen you in a lot of videos wearing nothing, which is a little upsetting, Michael. But keep sending those videos. The one version of Robin Hood without an English accent. Yeah. That's the Kevin Costner playing Kevin Costner in every movie. I'm not going to try for any accents. I'm not going to try for any acting. I'm just going to be Kevin Costner. For those wondering, I did indeed make my 40K goal yesterday, and now it's time to finish the last few pages of the second Neon Owl book and binge video games. Excellent, Chad. Excellent. Congratulations. Looking forward to that. I said I need another regular video and another promotional short for Chad. All right, I will check those out today as well. Then I will check out Big Butts Walking Around in Rio. I think that was her name. I think there was a song about that, but I don't remember. And the poem reading, Lorraine. Yeah, poem reading. Haas says, yay, Chad. I was determined to get the views past 1K this time. Thanks, Lorraine. It means a lot. Very cool. Very, very cool. Have you picked up some subscribers, hopefully, Lorraine? $147 subscribers now. When are you, Lorraine, when are you actually putting it up, put the book up on Amazon? On the 5th? Like that morning you're going to try to load it up there, or will it be the night before? What's the time schedule here so I know I can dive right in and grab me a copy? I think I may have been deep faked. I don't know. It looked like you, Michael. It was a simple short, but it did better than all the others. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't ever get it either. It's just ridiculous that what works and does not work, you know? Humor isn't my best tool after all, I guess. You've said some funny things. Crazy. You got 1,000 views or more on for Chad. Just mention Chad. You should mention Chad Lutsky every single day. There's a creepy one with you with a mustache. $147. That means I just got another subscriber today. Commercial cut off what you just said. Didn't catch a bit of it. I just was going through and I said it's crazy that you get 1,000 or more views mentioning Chad Lutsky's name. And I was going through. I said, "Well, you got a bunch of shorts I haven't seen." And I said, "Oh, there's that creepy one with you with a mustache." Yeah, I'll go through watching your videos. And 147 subscribers. You're moving on up to the east side. You got 190 views on when you did permafrost. That's got to be good. I'm excited for your post-release videos now, Lorraine. That's going to be exciting. It's a Lutsky Palooza. Frank says plotter. Wasn't that one of those? Wasn't that one of those Facebook rip-off places that was like 5 minutes? Chet says, Frank, I keep asking you in chat if you're still enjoying 7 seasons, but I'm convinced you read 0.7% of chat. Usually my silly shorts outdistance the rest of my shorts by a mile, but Chad's book demanded a more serious take to work, I guess. Guess so. Frank was busy standing in line at Starland Ballroom at 3 a.m. the other night to get Foo Fighter tickets. Frank, did you get a Foo Fighter ticket? Yeah, I said that. You got over 1,000 for permafrosters. Really? That's nice. I like that. I just need some more darn sales on it. Is Frank even here anymore? I mean, people are asking him stuff and he's just ignoring everybody. The one that's showing is my last one trying to push it further. The others are unlisted. You got to list them. You got to get these out there. I'm trying to do 3 to 4 for you guys. Nice. All right, so we did this box set. Let me look at it. Let me see if it. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal. Yes, I approve delivery. All right, I reviewed my order. They're unlisted because I already ran them and exhausted them. I can't have them all open at once or it messes up the algorithm, supposedly. I'm always of the proper mind that the more you have, the more chances somebody's going to see something. Hmm. Wow. On the Nextdoor app, somebody said, "New to the area. Is there anything I need to know of in terms of safety?" And somebody who is an African American person said, "Watch out for all the black people." This says, "Yes, be aware of your surroundings and always lock your vehicle. Regardless, do not leave a gun in your vehicle." Why would you leave a gun in your vehicle? Haas says, "I don't know much about shorts. I never do them. Maybe I should." You have a YouTube channel, Haas? I don't know why I said that. It's which is such a high voice. Man, Pizza Hut sent me like 3 emails in like the last hour about these 518 points I have. I guess Frank checked in and checked right out. He didn't like what was going on here. I guess he felt attacked. Crab crusted grouper. That sounds delicious. It'll have all kinds of weird stuff in him. If Haas has a YouTube channel, we need to know about it. I'm going to read Haas's comic book next. Of course, if Keith's book doesn't keep putting me to sleep at night. I'll probably finish Keith's book over the weekend. I'm just being real, Keith. I'm going to say this. You'll get an Amazon review, a BookBubs review, and a Goodreads review out of me, but you're not getting a video one because it's not in line with what I'm doing here. Nothing personal, but if I put something that is not a crime thriller or thriller-ish that lines up with everything else, I don't want it to throw the algorithm, and I also don't want people to start sending me a bunch of crappy books that I don't want to read. Your book is not crappy so far, unless it falls off a cliff in the last 50% of the book. It brings in new subscribers. He says, "Some people believe the shorts throw off your argument, but I don't have any experience with these things because I'd rather be writing." He's just so hurtful. The thing you learn is you either stick with shorts or you stick with videos, or you do a live thing. You don't do all of them, blah blah blah. But then all the writers that I follow that give advice on this say do all of it. It doesn't matter. It's all your brand, and it slowly builds you. House says, yes, but I never mentioned it. I'm not here to promote myself, and the channel isn't doing so well. He says, that's more than I would have ever asked. I definitely will give you the reviews, though. What's the name of your channel, Haas? I'm going to go follow it right now. Can't hurt, right? The girl's walking her dog out there wearing little shorts. But it's 85 degrees out. Chess has lost my internet on this computer for some reason, but I'm back. Everybody's like, where the hell is he? Yeah, Lorraine will also check it out. So Haas, give us the name. Let's go. No time to be that. No time to be like a Bryan Adams song. Or that movie with the birds. And the rules and algorithm will change next week. It's exhausting. That is also true. Millie has a point there. Oh wait, Positive Friday. Sorry. Well, you're positive that the rules are going to change. Is Frank still refusing to talk about Savage Season? No, Frank has not been on. I asked Frank a question too. He jumped in for about 8 seconds, and then that annoying thing they call work is probably making him do things. Positively maddening. It's that picking upon Kivitich, like it says my name there. That seems like a mouthful. So pontoon boat. So you sell. So you're selling pontoon boats, is what you're doing. There you are. All right, I followed you. He says, Chad, Frank's not answering because that will prove nagging works. Right. Frank exploded. Frank was like in and out in a second. Chad says, I mean, I want a pontoon boat. Well, he can sell you one. I'm thinking to change the name because nobody seems to be able to pronounce Picayune or Pontificator. I don't know if I said either of those right. Yeah, it is a mouthful. My channel was originally Armand Rosamilia, and I'm like, nobody knows how to ever say my last name right. And I'm like, you know what? Armand's opinion. Keith also subscribed. You're up to 7 subscribers now. Keep it going. Yeah, I would stumble over it if I try to say it aloud, Haas, but you like it. You like it, period. Yeah. Thank you all, but I never mentioned because I'm here to learn from people in the business and I'm not trying to promote myself at all, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Try living with my last name. It's a roll of the dice. Charlie says, what's up? What I missed? Charlie, you missed so much today. It's ridiculous. Frank came in, made one comment, disappeared. That's pretty much the only highlight of the last hour and a half. Michael Shire says, I think a big factor is whether you're trying to be a YouTuber or just using YouTube to promote your work as an author. If it's the latter, you can do whatever. For the former, focus is key. I'm doing a little bit of everything, and I'm trying to make as much money as possible. Is it working? Kind of, maybe. A little bit. Not a lot. Focus is key. Well, I'm screwed. I mean, literally, you got to have a video once every 90 days, and then you stay in. Supposedly, you're in the algorithm, but obviously, if you do more, and I do a ton of videos, obviously, as you can all see. Says, I just subscribed, Haas, but it did take me a minute because I had to come back here and double check the spelling. Yeah, that's the only reason I did, because I have it on the other screen. I'm like, all right, let me keep going back and forth. Haas says, thanks, Lorraine, and you just proved that I should probably rethink the title of my channel. I get Lutsk, and even Luskit. Sometimes just a lazy Lutz, and they leave the rest alone. I get that. Ryan says, yeah, but my short-term memory is probably worse than most people have to deal with. Charlie says, I try for at least one video per week, Mondays, and if I'm able, I'll do a second one on Fridays. But Lutsky is such a cool name. I'm lurking and also just subscribed to a bunch of you. Thank you. We greatly appreciate that. Speaking of short-term memory loss, was Charlie already here and I just forgot? No, Charlie just popped in a couple minutes ago. Charlie was probably in for like an hour, but he's like, "There's nothing here I want to talk about. I am not talking to these people." I thought I said Charlie too, but I think he exploded too. He was just here. What is it with people just coming and going? I asked Frank a question. Chad asked Frank a question. Now, what do we got to wait till Monday? Charlie says, just got here. Been dealing with these badass kids from this field trip. Oh, that's right. You had the field trip today. Did any of them get eaten by a giraffe yet? They hit that first commercial and then nope out. Armand, you need to cut Lorraine in on your profit. She's doing great as a greeter. She is. The lazy lutch should totally be a wrestling move. Hi, Charlie. There. I don't want to shirk my duties. Yeah. Because he's here dealing with little brat kids. Charlie's like, yeah, it's a giraffe. You see the neck? Giraffe. Let's go to the next one. Those are horses. Somebody's like, I thought that was a rhinoceros. Whatever. Who's leading this? Huh? Me or you, kid? No, but two got bitten by ponies and one got spit on by a llama. Oh, that's how you know it's a good day. It's not a good field trip unless one of the kids gets eaten by an alpaca. You know those two kids, if they got bit by ponies, will never do? Put their hands anywhere near a pony mouth. We do have black and white pygmy goats that kids call baby cows all the time. And do you say, hey, dumbass? Hey, dummy, guess what that's not? Kids are so nuts. When I was a kid growing up, on the next street over, I lived on a dead end and it was like an H. And I lived on the corner of the H. And on the other street, not the one I was on, past that was a farm when I was a little kid. And they had a ton of horses. And every now and then, one of the teenage girls dressed up in her cowboy outfit, like on a Bon Jovi Wanted Dead or Alive album cover. She would bring one of the ponies around, and it would be like $1 to ride the horse up and down the block kind of thing. She would lead and then we were always very excited. It was like 30 kids on the block. So that chick made like, I don't know, $30. Baby cows. Goats are awesome. Baby cows, those kids need to get out to the country more. Yeah. Maybe a weekly trip to the zoo. You'd love that, Charlie. Yeah, all he does all day is field trips, the yellow kids. That's a goat. That's not a cow. Like, man, with all these ads, Armand's going to have that beach house in no time. Exactly. Just watch 33 seconds of them and then hit the skip button. I don't mind. What kind of ads are you getting? I'm always curious. I keep getting golf ads. That's all I get. Literally, that's all I'm getting is golf ads. A lot of people have said they get Reedsy ads. Just always curious what they're dumping on people. For me, it's golf. It's just golf. And not even, door fun golf, just normal golf. Lame. He better invite us to that beach house. We helped him pay for it. You know what? You are all invited. When we hit that beach house, every one of you is going to be able to come and hang out with me. I mean, you gotta fly yourself in. I'm not paying for anybody's flights or gas or anything. But you know what? My wife would love to cook for everybody. That's a guarantee. Don't worry about food. Estrogen ads here. What are they trying to say? His are the only ads I don't skip because he told me not to. Yeah, 33 seconds of the ad, then you can skip it. This time of year, we have a couple hundred kids a day, Lorraine. Wow. How many different people, Charlie, have to do these tours? Like, are you the main tour guide, or are there everybody has to take a shot? Or you draw like the shortest straw? You never skip any of my ads. You want to be invited to the beach house, right? At the rate I'm going, in about 500 years, I will have this beach house. There's a sheriff in this book I'm writing, the Southern Gothic one, and his name is Harper Jordan, and I know damn well I'm going to have to change it at some point, but I like that name, Harper Jordan. Michael says, I get all sorts. I will say I haven't seen the same one twice so far, which is nice. Better than back in the day when it was always the same. Yeah, I remember watching ads and it was like the same ad over and over and over. Millie says, I'm saving for a camp trailer with my ads. 475 years and I'll be good. You know what? That's about when I'll have my money in. So 475 years, you can drive your camp trailer to my beach house and hang out on the beach. There's a handful of us, depends on who is working. Today, we had a group of 140 kids with about 100 parents. We split it between 3 of us. Wow. Yeah, all the parents are like, they're going to this. I'm going too. Already planned on it. Excellent. Once I figure out where that beach house is going to be, I'll send you the address. Yeah, make sure you're watching 33 seconds, at least 33 seconds of each ad. Unless it's shorter than 33 seconds, just watch the whole ad. I had a golf one last night that was running. I walked in to close my blinds at night, and I look over, and I just got it running. I have I'll pull a playlist, and I just let it run for days. I looked over, and I was like 11 minutes into like a 22-minute golf video, and I was like, skip. I've played more than enough on that one. Lorraine says, I've only been on one field trip, trying hard to keep my 8th graders in line, but one time was enough. Yeah, I got rooked into that several times with my kids to do various things, and I'm like, oh, this is not fun. The only good one was we went to the when my daughter was little. I think my youngest, she was like in 1st grade or something. We went to the chocolate factory in Daytona Beach, which is not a very big place, and it was like a 2-hour, basically a 2-hour excursion. But we did get free chocolates, which were delicious. Lorraine says, hang in there, Charlie. Now, I'm not going to say what it is, but there is a surefire way to not see it. Charlie! Stop giving people ideas that I don't make money. Guess who's not coming to the beach house? Charlie. I'll invite the other people that are there. I'll invite a field trip to my house before I invite you to my beach house. Let me get this. Let me just bottom line this for you, Charlie. I don't care about talking to any of you. I don't care about any of you seeing me. All I want is money. I'm just whoring myself out for some money here. So there it is. Watch the ads. Walk away. I don't care. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm joking. The ads are my favorite part of the stream. You know what? That's what I want to hear. Even if it's a lie, it doesn't matter. You said it. I'm going to take you at face value. Face value. Well, up to 751 views on the why I'm a pantser and not a plotter. Plotter. I'm going to get some writing in, but I'm just like, ugh. That's awesome. I haven't gotten to that one yet. Maybe watch it later. Make sure you watch the ads. Watch it 3 times. On and on and on. So far, I've written 330 words. That's not really good. It's not really good at all. I finished another short story yesterday, but it's not for anything specific, so it'll be my Patreon story. And I'm also thinking about perhaps setting up the paid area of Substack and maybe putting it on there, or reading it in a video to put on the paid area on here. Oh, there's Nick. 10 minutes left. President had to skip all these ads at the 29-second point. No. 33 seconds. Oh, Nick, you're killing me. Guess who's also not being invited to the beach house? Problem with being a pantser, now I'm at the pinpoint going, okay, what now, Lorraine? Yeah, that's always fun. No, Charlie, 29 seconds is not fine now. Ignore Nick's in. Nick, you're killing me. You people, it's Positive Friday. I'm positive I'm going to slap all of yous. Redneck, you know, yeah. If I can get a lot of money here for YouTube ads and I could buy us a beach house, I'm definitely going to be overlooking Redneck Beach. Charlie says, I'm so confused about this. I do a good solid 7 seconds. Chad, you're all killing me. You're all killing me. That way we can sit on the back porch of the beach house and overlooking Redneck Beach. Again, Nick, you come early enough, we can go to Redneck Beach. Or if you leave late enough, Redneck Beach. Okay, I'll put it on my app button. Oh, Nick, you're killing me. You and Charlie, you guys are killing me. Nobody's coming to this beach house. Nobody. Nick didn't get it from me yet. He did definitely 100% got it from you. You mentioned it, and he's like, let me look that up. be brutal. For the ads, do you make more or less or the same from people who have YouTube Premium? I think it's all just the same. You got to watch 33 seconds or more of the ad, though. Yeah, Lorraine said it. 33 seconds, people. I think it's all just the same. But I mean, if you have YouTube Premium and you're watching the ads, I appreciate that. If it does make me more money, who knows? Who can say? I want to thank everybody for following. I want everybody for doing the right thing and watching 33 seconds of ads each time, not just in total. Get some stuff done later this afternoon after a nap. Let's be honest. I'll probably read a couple of chapters of Keith's book, fall asleep nicely. Not because the book is boring, Keith, just because, nap time. Nap time is more important than anything. And then, sky's the limit. But not really. Probably getting close to do mix and match on some Advil or something. Ooh, my stomach is making noises. Ooh. Trisha, I thought you didn't get ads with YouTube Premium. Charlie, will you be quiet? I've been signed up for Premium. Was wondering if it was worth it to both me and the creators. He says, yeah. I don't know. Let's look that up. Do you see ads with YouTube Premium? YouTube Premium generally provides ad-free viewing, allowing you to watch millions of videos without interruptions. However, it does not remove creator-embedded sponsorships, promotional, or certain brand promotions. Additionally, a lower-priced Premium Lite plan exists that may still show ads in specific scenarios. So really, do not get YouTube Premium. It is not worth it for me. Yeah, it's totally not worth it. I'd assume that Armand would get some pennies for any YouTube Premiere members watching your stream. I would hope so. So long, everybody, get to go. Vehicle problems. See you, Chief. Or you could just be crazy and do one of these. Look at that, Michael Schotter. That is wonderful. Thank you, sir. I don't know what the hell that is, but thank you. Michael's always finding the cool stuff on all these. I appreciate the support. That rules out all the money that Charlie didn't give me by using his thing. That's called a super chat. Yeah, I haven't. I have a thing for that. I just haven't done anything yet. Nice. Yep, that's a super chat. Michael. I could put user in timeout if I wanted, it says. That's funny. I'm not sure why I would do that. Good times, good times. I got a bunch of stuff I got to look at set up. Maybe I'll do that after my nap. After Keith's book does not put me to sleep. It just helps me with the sleeping part of the nap. I got a bunch of emails I got to go through on all that stuff. Super chat goals. Super thanks. Superman. But no, this is Superman. Shopping affiliate. So much stuff. You need to create us all little avatars and stuff, Armin. Michael says, Chad knows. Michael, who's the number one top fan right now, obviously. Some streamers only read super chats and it incentivizes people to donate. You can try that. Just ignore all of us who don't donate or say things that are hurtful. Super tramp. Exactly. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to study this stuff over the weekend and Monday, it all goes live. All of it. My stomach is making some crazy, crazy ass noises. Stop that. Hmm. All right, good times. You know what's good times. Hmm. We got about 4 minutes or so left. So, everybody, anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? I have my book signing tomorrow. That pretty much should be it. Sunday will be Amanda will be here. We'll get some writing in. We'll go get some lunch. She'll go home. I'll probably watch some baseball. Make something for dinner. Make a video on how to do a book signing. Millie, are you still here? What do you write? Did I do a book signing video already? Key says, no plans for me other than get my car looked at tomorrow. You should have given it to Haas. Would you be open to beta reading or do you limit yourself to ARC reading? I don't beta read for anyone anymore. Haven't in a long time. Another personal. Bridal Wedding Expo. Hope they have blueberries. Oh, that would be great. You can squirt blueberries on the white dresses. Good luck with your book, Simon. Thank you, Lorraine. Hopefully, I'll sell some books. Have your daughter film tomorrow. Yeah, I should. I should have her shoot some video from it. I'm here, Lorraine. Post the POC mostly. Started a new pen for romance and mystery. I gotta go through all my videos and see if I've done anything on book signings. I know I've done one on. I probably should make a list of all the things I've already done. Right? Wouldn't that make sense? Lorraine said had to sidestep the romance. Sorry, unless it is a love story in a different genre. Romantic suspense. Yeah, I definitely need a list of the things that I've done already. Done one on writing panels. Best and worst writing advice. I mean, some of these videos will eventually overlap with other ones that I've already. No, it doesn't look like it. So I could do a video on book signings, or actually I could do a video for Sunday about this specific book signing. Maybe that's what I'll do. Here's the mailman. What's he got? Ooh, what do you got? You're scanning something. Looks like a little package of some type. Probably something for my wife. Or is it? Oh, this has been saved. It. Off to play a game with Coda. Have a great weekend, people. You too, Chad. I will see you on Monday. I was a romance novel junkie at 17, so I had to leave it behind before it ruined me. At least it's part of my long-term plan for when I'm living in the camp trailer, going from book signing to book signing and visiting Armand's beach house. We could do signings together. We'll take your camper to it. Everybody's saying goodbye. I was really into Die Hard movies at 17. That's kind of a romance. It is. Just had an ad that was hypnotic nonsense saying use AI, use AI. Read the room, yeah. Romance in a Christian movie. Who could ask for more? Sure, Nick. Romance. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thanks for the idea. I'm going to definitely do a video. Sunday's video will be about book signings. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. I will see everybody on Monday. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for hitting subscribe. Thanks for watching 33 seconds of videos. Thanks for ignoring Charlie's advice. See you later.